guys, my name is Nicole Scott, and today we're going to be talking about round two with Credit Repair Cloud. So stick around. And if you haven't by now, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, show our channel some love, because that's what helps us get out to more people and be able to help more people like yourselves, credit heroes like yourselves, who are out there hustling every day to help people with their credit and literally change people's lives. So today we're going to be talking about how to do round two. What do we do when we've sent round one out and maybe not everything came off, right? What do we do now? So that's a great question, and we're going to get straight to it. So today we're going to be working on one of my clients' files, and a lot of the information is going to be blurred out, so you can't see it, but you'll be able to get to a general idea of how to go about doing round two and some of the steps that you need to take. So hopefully this will provide some clarity to you. So make sure that you stick around into the end, because I want to make sure that I can provide as much value so that way you can do your job the best to your ability. So let's get straight to it. This is my Credit Repair Cloud, and I'm going to share a couple cool things that I like about Credit Repair Cloud before we get into round two. So one of the things is I have my calendar connected to my Credit Repair Cloud. So all of the clients who book a call with me, and if anyone of you know, in order to speak with me, you do have to book a call. I'm never just available on demand by pretty much anybody. So if you would like to speak with me, you can book a call. I do provide free calls. So everyone who books a call with me comes directly into my Credit Repair Cloud, and I can easily add them as a client. So I set up that automation, and it's a great automation because people put in their information into my calendar, and then that information will then get put into my Credit Repair Cloud, and it makes for a much easy process in regards to your operations, because you don't have to enter information into your database twice. So you'll notice here, these are all my Group B clients. These are clients that are just located in our Group B category. So what I have done to help basically organize all of our clients is I've organized them based on their client status. So all of these clients have signed up between the 11th and the 20th of the month. So with that being said, we know by the 20th of the month, no matter what, these clients' credit reports need to be updated and their letters need to be sent out, as long as, they've made a payment and, there's no issues in that regard. So it's easy to track it, and it helps break up the workflow so that way you know what's due. You can always use the reminders up here and the tasks and events. I don't necessarily use these because I like to control things based on, this. We go through and we make sure everyone has all of their letters done by the 20th of the month. So it makes a lot easier workflow for us. So we're going to go ahead and work on the client that is due today. So when you arrive into the client's file, you'll notice that you can see the credit scores from when we initially imported the original credit report. And right here, you'll see the one-click import and audit button, I guess you could say. So this is where you would want to click to re-import the credit report from either Smart Credit, or if you use Identity IQ, I highly recommend Smart Credit. They pay a lot more. It is the same data that Identity IQ uses, same Vantage 3.0 scoring model, literally the same information. You just don't have to use the last four of their social to access their credit report. It is a lot easier, in my opinion, and you get paid more. So with Smart Credit, I make $15 per client per month, and with Identity IQ, I make $5. So if you'd like to sign up with Identity IQ, I can provide you with my referral link, which I will put in the comments below. So you can sign up to become an affiliate with Smart Credit and start making affiliate money with, clients that are in need of credit reports. So we're going to go ahead, and before I import the credit report, I'd like to actually go into the client's Smart Credit account and verify that the new and updated credit report has in fact been added. As you can see, we're going to go up to reports, 3B reports and scores, and boom. You'll see that the last update was 32 days ago. So now we are due for an update. You get one update every 30 days, and you have to actually go in here and pull it. So we're going to click order, and then you'll click this I agree button, place order now. And now the credit reports have been updated. So now we'll go back into Credit Repair Cloud, and we're going to go ahead and re-import the credit report. Okay, so nothing's been deleted, but we've had some things added. And obviously you can see that the credit score has increased. On Experian, you were looking at a 50-point increase in the first 30 days of service. Equifax 23 and TransUnion is 69. So that's pretty good results, because again, it's all about removing negatives and adding positives. That is by far the best thing that you can do when it comes to credit. So you'll see all of the different changes. Looks like this client had an inquiry. We started working on building some positive credit. It looks like there is a new collection, a repossession account that has been added, an extra account that's been added, and another account that has been added because we started building positive credit. Okay, so this is great because we've gone up. We're starting to add some positive things. We're starting to build some positive credit, although we just took a hit and had a negative item added. So that's good. We'll take that, because honestly, the way that the credit bureaus are working now, they probably haven't even finished a lot of their investigations in regard to all of the things that we've disputed in round one, because we pull every 30 to 35 days. We send the letters out. The letters have to be mailed, which take about 5 to 7 business days. And once they're received, they will investigate it 30 days from the date that the letters have been received at the credit bureaus. So I just send regular snail mail. If I were you, I would recommend that you send the letters to the clients and have the clients mail them out. It saves you on postage, and it also will help because the letters are going to come directly from the client. And that's what the credit bureaus are looking for, because when they do get your letters, they scan in the letters, they scan in the envelopes, and they can see where the letter originated from. So if it doesn't come from the customer's address, or if it's like an automated mail, they can tell if it's from LetterStream, or if you use another automating mail service, they can tell sometimes. So it is best if you just go ahead and send your client the file for them to print out and mail. And then if they want you to do it, you can charge them an additional fee, but it's best to print the letters out and actually mail them out in a physical envelope with, certified mail or postage. Just regular snail mail is fine. You can fax to Equifax still. Experian and TransUnion have claimed to me on the phone that they no longer have fax service, but Equifax still has fax service, and Equifax's fax number is 888-826-0598. Again, Equifax's fax number, if you'd like to fax any disputes directly to Equifax, is 888-826-0598. Okay, subject to change, of course, but that's the latest that they gave me as of today. We're going to go ahead and save this. So we're going to download it as summary as PDF, and then we're going to continue to the report. Okay. So if I wanted to dispute any of the addresses here, I could just click on the address, but I don't, because all of this is pretty accurate. If I wanted to get rid of any of the previous addresses, I could click on those and I could ask them to be removed. Now let's go down here. We're going to dispute this inquiry. If the client has an open account with like OneMain, then I'm not going to dispute that inquiry. But if they don't have an open account with OneMain, then I am going to dispute that inquiry. So there's the 800 loan mark. So that's probably why we didn't dispute it in the past. So I don't see one main. So I am going to go ahead and dispute that since there is no open active line of credit with one main. And credit one, let's just verify if they do have, if this client does have a credit one. I don't see a credit one. So they probably applied, were not approved. And if that's the case, there's no point in keeping that on there. I don't think there's a discover either, to be honest. No. Okay. So we're going to dispute anything that is not tied to an open, active line of credit inquiry wise. And you can just keep it simple. I do not use, I'm going to repeat this. This is just me. I do not use anything that is preset in Credit Repair Cloud. Why? Because if you're using it, thousands and thousands of other people are using it, and the credit bureaus know where this stuff originated from. So you have to be unique. You have to have custom reasons and custom instructions. This is a reason. This is your why. And your instruction has to be custom as well. So you can always add them in. You can add them in on the back end under your company tab. And if you haven't gone through your company tab, watch my other video that goes through the basics of CRC and the company and everything like that. And if you need more help, you can always schedule a call. So a reason, we're just going to say not authorized, no permissible purpose or other reason. Okay. Simple. Please delete account. We don't want to overcomplicate anything. So I always like to look and see, show more activity so you can see what's going on here. Now, a lot of people have questioned, how to factually dispute, how to dispute, and you have all of your different reasons on how you can dispute over here. High balance. Is this correct across the board? No, it's not. Last verified. Yeah, that's probably not a dispute reason. Data last activity definitely is a dispute reason. And as you can see, all of these have different last date of activities. There is only one accurate answer, and it must be 100% accurate if they are reporting it onto your credit report per the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Date reported, that's just the last date that we got up, that your credit report was updated. So that will vary, and that's okay. Date opened. This is the date the account was opened. As you can see, this is 4/11. This is 4/1. Yeah, it's similar, but it's not the same. It's still, not 100% accurate. Balance owed is across the board. Account rating is across the board. Account description is across the board. Keep an eye out for these things too, because they do vary from bureau to bureau. And this is how you can get things removed based on inaccuracies. As you can see right here, reinvestigation is in progress currently. So as I suspected earlier, with, mail taking so long to get to the bureaus, and then them having a 30 to 45 day, period where they can investigate it. They are still investigating this. So by the time I did this video, nothing had came off because the investigations were still pending. So, but credit scores still went up. We're heading in the right direction. And usually I won't see any serious deletions until after they've finished the investigation, which could be 45 to 60 days, to be honest. Because that's how long sometimes they take to investigate things. Bank of America, we're just going to put fraud account data, because anytime you have data that is reported, and it's fraudulent, it is considered fraudulent data. We are not saying that you have been a victim of identity theft. If you don't want to put fraud data because it has the word fraud in it, you could put unknown, and you can just put in your reasons: delete, please remove, please, take this off of my credit report, take this account off of my credit immediately. You just have to give simple instructions. So what I always do is say delete immediately and confirm in writing, because I want their confirmation in writing that they have taken this off my credit report. The fraudulent data is reported onto my credit. This is not all correct. So therefore it is fraudulent. And until it is 100% accurate, it will be fraudulent data that is reported on my consumer credit report, whether you like it or not. until you fix it, the data is 100% fraudulent. So let's move on. This has nothing bad. It's all positive. So we're all good. That's an old account there. Anything in red is what we're looking after. Here's Capital One. So it looks like there's 3 different account ratings here: derogatory, closed, and open. In this case, what you would want to do is simply take a screenshot of this. So I'm taking a screenshot here, and then I can point out some of the inaccuracies. Why is this saying derogatory when this is saying closed and this is saying open? Remove data from credit report. So now I'm going to take a copy of that. And what I do is I just use Microsoft Word as kind of like a board, right? These are all my exhibits. These are my proof. Okay. You always want to send proof in. We can send a copy of with every letter that the credit bureaus will receive as proof that they are in fact reporting fraudulent data. Now, this one looks like he did say that he was a victim of identity theft, but if someone has not been a victim of identity theft, then you would not want to put that. You would want to go ahead and put something to the nature of just simply delete immediately and confirm in writing. But this particular account, the client did say that, hey, I don't know where this came from. I don't ever remember any authorization of this type of account. It's really mind-boggling to me because I see it a lot. And when someone says, hey, I don't know where that came from, I do my best to try to get it off. And sometimes we even have a hard time getting accounts that really don't belong to people off the credit because so many people, they say that it's fraudulent when it does belong to them. So you can get it off other ways. You can just say, hey, this data over here is wrong. Or you can point out what exactly is wrong about the account. Let's go ahead and change it back where it says. So here's another one where it's paid, but the late payments are just killing the account. So we're going to just put the reason: the account's late payment status is incorrect. Please delete all late payments. All payments were made on time. We could say that, or you can put, please remove inaccurate reported late payments, update to paid as agreed. What we want is them to either take the data off, so they could put nothing available, NA, which a lot of people will see there's no data available, or we can take the entire account off, which is sometimes very difficult, or we could just ask them, hey, take this off or verify that I, in fact, did make these late payments. And that's what we're really trying to do, is to have them take off the late payments, but leave the account on there, because this is a good account minus the late payments. And let's check out what this account is saying. Another late payment, but again, it's giving some good history. It's just got a couple 30-day late. So we're going to say late payment status is incorrect. Please delete all late payments. All payments were made on time. We can leave that. You can always change it up. If you feel like, hey, this one got these late payments deleted, then, you can always change this one to that one. But continue to dispute with both creditor and credit bureau until you get the results that you're looking for. So here's the new account that just popped up on my client's file. And it's just reporting to Equifax, so that's good. It's saying that it is a paid repossession from State Farm, but there is no balance due. It was paid. I think what happened was this client paid the repossession and got it back. So we're going to actually validate this account. And because it just came in, I use validate account. You can say unknown. You can say, please reinvestigate. You can say anything that would, be deemed as suitable for your situation. So I'm going to say validate inaccurate reported, or the following information is incorrect. Validate inaccurate/reported late payments. That's another one that you can do. Validate inaccurate/reported late payments if it's a late payment, of course. So I always put different things in here. I try different things. You always want to experiment what works, what doesn't work. Let's go ahead and put, I'm a big fan of unknown. I like the word unknown. This is unknown, right? Prove it or remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and put in here, I am requesting the method of verification for dispute in accordance with FCRA section 611. I'm requesting this information to review the completeness and accuracy. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one. I have preset in there. So that's all for the negative stuff. So we're just working on getting this, but again, we've got a long road with building positive credit for this client. Now, what we're going to do is you can click save my work and continue to the wizard, or you can save your work and dispute all, show all of the disputed items, which kind of shows like a credit report. So I'm going to hit save my work and continue to the wizard. And before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and send my client a message with the update. So I'm going to hit new message and I'm going to select the client. What I've done is I have actually saved some preset messages in here. And one of those is client update. So as you can see, it populates. You can manage your notes over here. So you can automatically update people with like different tasks or things that are common. So it'll automatically populate the customer's name. And it just says, hey, hope all is well. Here's an update. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update him on some of the things. Congratulations. Your credit score has increased. If something has been deleted, I'd say that, but typically I just outline the changes. So what we're going to do now is just go ahead and send this out to the client. I just have in here some free stuff that I offer my clients and things to help people build out products and services and all that good stuff. Once you get that green message, you know it was sent to your client. So now we've updated our client. Now we're back at the dispute wizard. So we're going to go ahead and hit round 2 or higher because we want to have full control. Round 1 is, I don't ever use round 1. I always hit round 2. And then you want to decide who you want this letter to go to, if it's going to the credit bureau or if it's going to the creditor who reported it. In this case, we send to both. However, the credit bureau is the first one. So we're going to go to previously saved items. And everything in red is the new information that we want disputed. Now, if you still see old inquiries that are on there that are still under dispute, you want to add those on there as well. So I'm going to add, actually, I'm going to take the loan one off because it was a valid account. So anything that is still on there, I'm going to keep, I'm going to actually add that to the dispute letter as an inquiry because it's still on the report. The only thing that basically what you're able to do is just tag the new inquiries that come in. The existing ones that still remain after a round of letters will need to be manually added to the dispute letter. So when I am doing dispute letters, I don't add more than like 5 to 8 items per letter, but we do a lot of different letters because you can send multiple dispute letters. So in this one, and I base them based on like category. So this one, we're just going to dispute inquiries. So I'm going to select that inquiry, all of these different inquiries, make sure that I have all of my inquiries on here. Okay. All of my inquiries on here. And you can tell right here, because it says not authorized, no permissible purpose. Those are all inquiries. You can also tell inquiries because they don't have any data next to Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. And all of the accounts do have an account number. Okay, so that's another way you can tell that it's an inquiry. So we're going to hit continue. Now we have all of our inquiries here, no more than 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 if you're pushing it. Some people like to push the envelope. I am one of those people that push the envelope just a little bit, but I don't want to make it seem like we're trying to get over and dispute way too many things at once. So we do want to spread it out over letters. So you select credit bureau because these are going to the credit bureaus. I have all of my letters that I use most often as A1, and they're all custom letters. So that way A1 will populate at the very top of your selection. So these are all your most common. So this is my new inquiry removal letter, and you can always change them in your letter library. I always recommend updating your own letters and making sure they are custom, they are formatted differently, because guess what? The credit bureaus know exactly what letters come from Credit Repair Cloud, their software at the credit bureau, which is their eOscar system, will scan your letter in, and it can tell if that letter is generated from somewhere on the internet, like Credit Repair Cloud, or letters that are floating around on the internet. So they are definitely tracked. So that's why you always want to generate your own letters, put your custom twist on it. You can use spinbot.com, which is a great tool to use. I'm actually going to show you here, spinbot.com. You can reword text, rewrite it. So you just kind of have to watch it, because sometimes it says some weird things. But other than that, it's a good tool to use. So Equifax, here's my letter for the inquiries. You can see they automatically populate. Boom. Just want to kind of breeze through the letter, make sure it populated all correctly. Boom. Now I'm going to save the letters I and Q. And this is dash round 2. And then you go to round 2. And then I put in I and Q for inquiry, and I save all the letters. Boom. Those are done. I do not dispute inquiries with creditors unless it's like round 2 to round 3. It's just not necessary. So I'm going to exit out of all of these, and we're going to head on to some more accounts. Previously saved items. We're going to go down and find some accounts that have the same. Oh, here's a fraud data account. Here's a fraud data account. And this is unknown. We can add that to the same one. Now we have all those accounts listed. You can choose a letter from the letter library. This is over round 2. So now, since I've already sent them a letter, I'm going to do the prove it letter, which is the dispute after the investigation, if it's still on the credit report. And it has the basically your reasons and instructions already in there. So you can just go ahead and breeze through the letters, make sure they've populated correctly, and hit save. And it's going to be just put data round 2, and you could just put general. You could do MOD, verification, whatever you decide to put in here. I'm just going to put general for now. Save all 3 letters. Okay, you're saved. Your letters will populate up here, so you can see as you are creating letters for people, your number of letters in your print queue will go up. That's where you're going to go to print all your letters once you're done, or to download them to a large PDF file to send to your clients. So that way your client can print those out and mail those out from their zip code. So let's go ahead and X out of all of these here. Boom, boom. And if you ever do get sidetracked and you forget where you're at, you can always check and see what has been disputed and what hasn't been disputed. Once something has been disputed, it will go into dispute mode, which is an orange symbol versus the red symbol here. So now we're going to go and attack the late payment. So I'm going to hit late payment, because these all say late payment status. And then we also will do the personal info, because we want to get those old addresses, if there's any name variations, if there's any old jobs, if there's any personal information that should not be on there, we want to get that off. So we'll get to that next. So let's go to these 3 accounts, and I'm going to go ahead and choose a letter from my library. These are late payments. So what we are asking for is the late payment status to be updated. So there's a few things. If you have late payments during COVID, you can ask for late payment forgiveness under the CARES Act. This one is just an update to paid as agreed, a simple status letter, which would be like a basic dispute. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that one for now. It's very simple here. It's basically just letting them know that they are violating the law by reporting this late payment. It's just a simple dispute letter, because if for some reason they continue to report it, then we can, go into detail as far as, the law goes. But as of now, I'm not sure if they even updated it, because they're not done with all of their round 1 investigations by the time I even pulled their credit report 32 days later. The credit bureaus do take a long time. And of course, it can take us anywhere from 3 to 5 business days to print out the letters for a client. So, that adds time onto it as well. And that can be a factor. So you just want to calculate, maybe pull their credit a little bit later on in the month, maybe at 45 days, just to give it a chance to update, because the data will be updated as of when you pull the report. So, this is just a simple dispute letter here, and we're going to hit save the letters, because a lot of times what the credit bureaus want to update any late payment is proof from the original creditor. So we're just going to put late round 2, and we're going to put late, save. We're going to hit the back button. Now we're going to send this to all the creditors. That is basically going to help us get the proof that we need to send to the credit bureau. So now all of these banks will get a letter from us, but we're just going to choose what letter section we're going to be selecting from. This is actually going to be creditor letters. And then we're going to select, we have a goodwill, we have request to removal of inaccurate information. Basically that's just to like a general one that you can use for pretty much everything, request removal of incorrect information. But in this case, what we're going to do is ask for a goodwill adjustment to, attempt to correct this, first in a nice manner before we have to get crappy with them. So let's go ahead and just do the late payment, the goodwill letter, and hit next. And you'll notice in here, their addresses will automatically populate for the bank if you have them saved. So you have to save them in the creditor and furnisher information up here. If you get new addresses, you always want to save them in there, or else you'll have to look them up manually every single time. So as you can see here, we just want to kind of adjust the letter, make sure it populates correctly. So if you do have to make some adjustments, you can. Go through and read through here and make sure it makes sense, because if it don't make sense to you, it ain't going to make sense to them. And we don't need this twice, right? We could take this off. And if it was under the CARES Act, you can ask for a goodwill adjustment under the CARES Act. So you can be very specific. They're not going to always grant it, but it's always worth a try when you're dealing with these type of things. This one populated correct because it was only one account. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save letters and put late to creditor. And this is going to be probably round 2. I'm not sure if we've sent a goodwill letter out to them. I'm sure we have, but I'll just put round 2 for the sake of the video. We try to send letters to creditor and data furnisher the first month, but sometimes it doesn't always happen because there's just so many letters to have sent out. You always want to know who you're sending the letter to. Select that up here. It's very important. I'm going to hit previously saved items. Now we're going to go to the personal information and select that. Okay, hit continue. We're going to choose a letter from expert mode. This is going to be credit bureau letters. And this is just going to be personal info. So basic personal info right here. Have the account number taken out because there is no account number associated with personal information. And you don't want that populated because they will be able to kind of see that it's an error. So I always take out the account number when I am doing any personal information. You don't want them to think that this is a software that's generating the letter or anything like that. And this is what I do a lot of times, is just type the customer's name at the bottom. I don't like that e-signature because it makes it look like it's from Credit Repair Cloud. And I want to make it seem like it is from the client, because it is. We're just doing it on their behalf, helping them. So this is personal info. This is going to be round 2. And then personal info, save. Now we're going to hit the back button, exit out of all these. And we are going to just make sure that everything's been disputed. Everything that is in orange is under dispute. So everything's in orange. We know that we have properly completed this client's file for round 2. So yay. Okay, so now we got through round 2. Now we're going to go into the batch print, and this is where all of the client's letters are going to be. So as you can see right here, these are all of the client's letters that we are going to print out. Now, if for some reason you want to print them out for the client, that's fine. But if you are going to be mailing them to the client, what you're going to be doing is selecting all of the letters that are for this client. Select. So, and if there's a lot, you can just select all of that at the top by selecting the very top check mark and unselecting the ones at the very bottom for other clients. And you can go ahead and hit print selected letters. You're going to include photo ID and proof of address with all letters. Always send in for your proof documents. Now, what's going to happen is all of the customers' proof documents are going to be attached to those letters. You're going to open to PDF, hit OK, and you're going to print from this screen here, or you're going to download it. So if you're going to send it, email it to the client for them to print, you're going to hit this little download button here, and you're going to hit save. You can change the name if you wanted to, or if you wanted to print it for the client, you would just go ahead and hit this little print button and hit print. If you want to mail it or email it to the client, what you're going to do is just open up your email, attach that, send it to the client, email, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm not emailing it to the client because that's not the agreement that we have. But if that's what you decide, then you can certainly do that on your end. So now all of these clients' letters are in fact printed. And now they're out of the print queue. So you'll see that the only letters that are left back in the print queue are just for another client. All of that client's letters have been in fact printed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for new videos. I always try to bring you guys value, and definitely, spread the love, because I know when I was first starting out, it was definitely difficult. There's so much to learn. There's always things that are changing. Everyone has all of these different methods that they try to overcomplicate. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out here that, claim to be able to, provide you with whatever you're looking for. And of course, a lot of us are in fact disappointed after paying a lot of money for those products, services, and courses. So my goal is to bring you nothing but value. So if you haven't by now, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, which helps my video get out to more people like you who are credit heroes looking to help our community, families, and next generation of children. So until next time, guys, my name is Nicole Scott. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at The Real Nicole Scott, or Credit Coach Pros. I'm on TikTok at entrepreneurship.fit, Facebook, The Real Nicole Scott. You can go to therealnicolescott.com, which is my website. If you're interested in purchasing any of our DIY options or coaching packages, that's where you will be able to find all of the different packages that we have to offer. So if you are in need of a website because you started a credit repair business, get with us. We have a 5-page website where we help integrate everything for you, including your calendar, your, getting your leads into Credit Repair Cloud, and getting all of your automation set up so that way you can run a smooth operating business without having to worry about a whole lot of data entry, because the point of you getting this software was for you to do less work. So as you can see, I just processed round 2 for a client in less than 30 minutes. And that was with me doing a video for you. And that made me $100 because I charge $100 after the initial setup fee of $299 at this time. So we've tried a lot of different pricing points, and that is a fair one for us, $299 to sign up for credit repair, and then $99 a month. And if you are looking for someone to partner with because it's just not something that you have time for right now and you want to focus on sales, get with us. We have affiliate programs that we can split the profits with you, so that way you can focus on nothing but sales and let us worry about getting all of the client onboarding and letters and all of that great stuff done. So until next time, guys, my name is Nicole Scott. Stay tuned for more amazing credit videos because you know I'm always dropping them. Take care.